Coach Ted Bowden on the Bowden Blitz. Of course, you can check out the show on SportsGrid. It's badass, and it's even better when he's on with us on C2C on Fridays. Coach, I got to tell you, I'm a gamer. So, I work when I'm sick. I don't believe in missing shows. I would have showed up for your games at Auburn at Jordan Hare with the flu. I still would have played like Michael Jordan. But tomorrow, I'm going to be sweating again profusely because I'm going to be swearing profusely while I'm watching my number 5 Indiana Hoosiers take on number 2 Ohio State in Columbus. I just don't know. They've never beaten them ever. How are they going to go to the shoe and beat that team? They're not.
You know, it's Curt Cignetti and what he's brought to that program, and the style that he has, the command of the game that he has. I think he's probably the more experienced, better on-field coach than Ohio State's coach. He's more experienced. He's 63 years old. His father was a great coach who coached me. He was raised around football. He'll have a very, very good team here. I'm not sure they will win, but I'm taking the points. I'm going to tell you, I'm taking the points with Indiana.
You know, when you knew him, his dad, when he was a kid, and his dad was a legend, did you ever think you'd see the day that Curt would be making $8 million a year?
Yeah, no, I left way too soon. I promise you, the SEC level. No, I was 5 years older than him. And so, but he was always coming up, always hanging around. But his dad was really gifted. I'm talking about an offensive genius. My dad loved him. I was a GA there. I called his dad Frank Clicknetty because he clicked that remote control back and forth so many times. One of the best things and then that's what Curt was raised around. That's why he will be prepared for this game. And what I think can happen when you're the underdog, and he's had a week off, he'll put in some wrinkles. He'll break some tendencies. And if he can get 7 or 10 points off of things he's doing differently, and Ohio State says, well, let's just come in there and play our game. We're better. Let's don't make mistakes and win. That could be costly to him, and I've seen it happen a lot.
Wow, I can't wait for the game, honestly. I'm just losing weight just thinking about it right now. How about Miami tomorrow? Any problem with Wake?
Yeah, Miami, well, they're as long as Miami plays defense like it has, and they're a bottom half Division I defense ranked wise. No, Miami's got so much of Cam Ward, but it's all about his supporting group, whether they beat the line or not. Because Wake Forest can score some points, but Cam is just too good. He's going to win the game for him. Wake Forest is going to beat the spread, hang on to take the points, and you got to go over on this game. You got to bet the over on this one.
Penn State, number 4, at Minneapolis against PJ Fleck's Gophers. Can they pull off the upset?
No, I don't think so. They can keep it close, and I take them with the spread as well. PJ Fleck, I coached against him when he was at Western Michigan. He's a tough mind. He's kind of a cocky guy on the sideline, but he coaches hard-nosed football. They're one of those teams that can play teams close. You never quite know what you're going to get with Minnesota, but they'll play hard-nosed football. They'll run the ball. They have a very good defense, and they'll keep this game close. But Penn State's still, again, too much for them. And Penn State will pull away, hit a couple of deep passes, and pull away in the second half. But it should be a close game. And so I'm going the under because I just think it'll be a running type of game. And at least I'll give Minnesota against the spread.
So number 14 BYU is at number 21 Arizona State in Tempe at 3:30. And Arizona State is favored laying 3. Even though some people might say that would be an upset if Arizona State beat BYU, I'm not so sure. I think Arizona can beat them, Arizona State.
I've got them winning the game. They've won their last 3 straight. They've won 5 out of 6. BYU is trending. They had a bad loss last week to Kansas. And, BYU was kind of that Cinderella team. I think they were picked 13th in the conference in preseason. They've won a lot of close games. They became a Cinderella season. But usually the Cinderella teams like Pittsburgh, like BYU, when it comes down to playing a lot of teams, Arizona's trending up, playing great football. Their quarterback, Levin, has been on fire. I've got them winning the football game at Arizona State.
You've seen Kansas win at Arrowhead against Iowa State. Then they beat BYU, and now they play at Arrowhead again tomorrow against number 16 Colorado. Can they screw up Colorado's big plans?
Well, I'm going to go with them. Last week I picked them to screw up BYU's plans, and I picked them to win. I think I'm going to take them straight up this week. It's a close spot. The line's not very high. they are playing very, very good too. They've won 2 straight. I think Colorado's won 4 straight. They're both playing very well. I really like. I've coached against the coach of Leipold from Kansas. In fact, he's got my strength coaches working with their team. I know how confident they are, how hard they work. But I think this is a team that had a lot of turnovers early in the season. They lost a lot of their close games. And what you've seen the last couple of weeks from Kansas is the Kansas that you're going to see. And they're playing at Arrowhead. They do a great job playing at Arrowhead.
So in the Bronx tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, number 19 and undefeated Army at 9-0, take on the 6th-ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, 9-1. The Irish, the game in the boogie down Bronx, and Notre Dame's laying 2 tutties.
Well, you know what? And Notre Dame is 2 toddies better. I love these games. I coached against Army. I've coached against this quarterback 2 years ago. They're sensational. They beat Army. Notre Dame beat Navy because Navy had 6 turnovers. Army's not going to turn the ball over. And they're going to keep it close because they go for 3rd downs. They go for 4th downs. They do a great job of running the football. Their quarterback is a veteran. But when you have a big physical team like Notre Dame, and Army has not played one ranked team yet, when you have a big physical team, they beat you on the offensive and defensive lines. On offense, they just take off and push those guys off the ball, control the football, and score points. And on defense, the way to stop the option is to get penetration. Make things happen behind the backfield. Notre Dame will be able to do that. So I think Army will control the ball. If they don't turn the ball over at all and they make a lot of 3rd and shorts or 4th downs, I'm not saying they can't get real close, but Notre Dame's just got too much talent.
Number 7 Alabama's at Memorial in Norman against Oklahoma, and they're laying 13.5, and I think Oklahoma stinks.
I do too. I'm taking Alabama to cover. You know what? And Zach Allen, the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma, was my defensive coordinator 2 years ago. He's done a great – and they have a very good defense. The defense has not been their problem. They can't score. They can't protect. They can't do anything on offense. But the defense will keep it close for a while, and they're very good against the run. But Jalen Melrose can beat you with scrambles, and he outruns you to the sideline. That's a little bit different than what Oklahoma has faced. They can't handle that too much. So eventually, and he throws a pretty deep ball. So that's the kind of things that are going to eventually Alabama will pull away in the second half, and they'll cover.
Let's look at some of these other games. Number 13, SMU in Charlottesville against Virginia, and they're laying double figures, 10 points.
You know, I'm going to take that too. I just think SMU is hot. They know what's on the line. Virginia's a good football team. I don't think they got a better chance to beat Virginia Tech in their last game and maybe getting 6-6 for a bowl. I just think this SMU team's got too much firepower on offense. They're playing too well. And Virginia has had a great season, but I just don't see them right now even getting close. This game means too much to SMU.
Kentucky plays at Texas in Austin. The Longhorns are laying 10.5. I got 30 seconds, respectfully.
Take the 10 and take the Longhorns. Take the Longhorns. They also this playoff stuff. Every game is critical to every single team. And Kentucky has just had a tough season. They're a good football team, but they don't have enough to get. Texas is going to run away with this one.
Real quick, I got 15 seconds. What do you think of Bryce Underwood changing his mind and going to Michigan?
I tell you, that Brian Kelly. If they didn't owe him so much money, that was what was holding him there at LSU. But losing him, there's a lot of people that want.